Next one, we got Canadian House.
Canadian House. I know, because we did the free, or what is it, Thanksgiving waffle on this. The red one.
Canada Day.
Yeah, Canada Day.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Canada Day.
So yeah, the red one he's talking about was Ruby Woo. This one, however, is from Mac, and it's called My Heroin. So if you love drugs, here you go, guys.
Well, I wouldn't like it because I'm clean.
You're a step down from heroin. Step down from that. But yeah,
I don't like needles.
You gotta that pops some money, man. Needles messes up your money, you know. But with this one, My Heroin from Mac, it is a bold scent. This one is another one that leaves a crazy trail.
Let me try it. This first time too. First impression.
Crazy trail. Now, I'm curious to know what you think this one smells like, because a lot of people say what they think it smells like.
Actually, is Max? Is this one you or no? This is yours.
So this one,
What's in here?
leather. It's
And a lot of incense.
a lot of incense, a lot of leather. What else is in this one?
Labdanum.
Labdanum. There's tobacco.
Oh yeah.
There's like some sweetness in there from the tobacco. I think there's like some vanilla in here also too. Personally, I feel there's a little bit of sweetness in there. This one, however, when I was talking about before, I believe it was a Derek Lamb, where it wasn't quite birch tar, but it was getting to that smokiness.
Oh yeah.
This one has close to that birch tar vibe to me personally. This is straight up just smoke, dirty. This is a filthy fragrance. If you were like
That's. I don't want to say it. I don't like it. It's too much for me.
Yeah.
It's
filthy. It is a dirty, disgusting whore.
if you know Homage, certain Homage, Epic. They have I used to call it a curry vibe, but it's cumin, and I know this doesn't have a cumin, but there's certain Homage have a certain vibe or taste that I don't like.
It's very like Oriental and Eastern.
Yes.
And so forth,
This is just infused with what I don't like about Homage. And not all Homage has it, like Reflection, and these guys don't have that incense kind of. This is just turned up to the max.
It's turned up to the max.
To the max.
Yeah, it is. It's like I said, it's a beast of a fragrance.
It is a beast.
It projects. Like I could spray this on now, whatever time it is now, 3 o'clock. I am smelling this tomorrow at 3 p.m. again. It is on my skin. It stays a long time.
Too much incense and too much.
You have to love this kind of vibe. And a lot of people like to put this up next to Tuscan leather.
Oh no.
So they like a lot of people like to compare to Tuscan leather. This is Tuscan leather, guys. It's in the same kind of vein, but it's not 100% Tuscan leather. It's a little bit more.
They're both leathery. They're really leathery.
Yeah.
That's all I'll give the.
And the tobacco's there, but with Tuscan leather, there's a lot more. It's a lot more smoother. At least the older batches were.
And not to mention, this has so much incense in it.
So much.
So much.
So much labdanum.
Tuscan doesn't.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
So it's there. It's, I would say, probably around like the 80% kind of vibe to what it is, but probably no more than that. 75-80%, no more than that. But I can see where people get that similarities from. If they smell, especially if they smell it in the air and off skin, you can get that vibe.
I really don't want to say this, but I kind of promised myself I wouldn't hold back and always be honest. And out of all the ones we tried, it's the only Canadian house. This is the only one I don't like. I like this one. I said it's just like it's kind of plain. I still liked it. I just don't. I won't wear it. I don't.
And
I'm sorry.
No, the reason it's cool that you say that because.
But it's first impression. So it's the first time I ever tried it. You know things that you don't like right away. It might change on you. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But just honestly, first impression. No.
Yeah, and honestly, I could see why, because this one, especially when you go on lines and you look at the others from this lineup.
There's no rose in here.
No, I don't get any rose in that. I get a lot of dirtiness, a lot of in your face.
No, because I told you I don't like rose, and I kind of okay. Go ahead.
I think it's just that this one is
incense. All the
okay.
incense.
You know what, guys? This one, I just remembered. This one, person to me, how people say it smells like Tuscan leather. I personally think this is more kind of going towards oud wood intense.
Okay.
Now, get me on this one. This one has, like I mentioned, has that kind of birch tar vibe. And birch tar can give off this very burning kind of smell, almost like something like is just burning the carpet
It's
or
in the
whatever.
Ventus, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like that, right? And I feel that Oud Wood Intense from Tom Ford, it has that vibe. When I first smelled Oud Wood Intense, I'm like, why did they even name it Oud Wood Intense? This could be its own fragrance. It doesn't smell anything like Oud Wood. And
Oud Wood's very bright.
it's very bright.
Yeah.
And in the intense version, when I first smelled it, I'm like, this smells like burning speakers. Like, no, honestly, when you smell Oud Wood Intense again, and when you smell it up close, it smells like you've been partying all night at this club, and the music isn't blasting, and the wires just get fried out.
T-Rex?
It's in that boldness of T-Rex, but I don't think it smells like it.
Okay. No, but not smell like. I think T-Rex kind of has that. People say
Oh, like the
plasticky burn.
Yeah, it does.
plasticky-
It does.
The stereo wires. The wires
And it's just
are gonna
fried.
burn.
Yeah, that's what this reminds me of, and that's why I think that there is probably birch tar in this, but they didn't say in the notes. But this closely reminds me more of Oud Wood Intense for that burning kind of vibe, more than it does sesame.
I remember the red one. I didn't mind.
Yeah, Ruby Roo. That one is.
That has rose in it, right?
Yeah, that one.
Even it had rose.
Yeah.
I didn't mind, and it was well done. But this one, even if it doesn't have rose, I just, man, it's.
Yeah, it's a bold fragrance.
All right,
guys.
let's go. No disrespect to our Canadian house. Canadian house.
No, man, it's all good. They have ones that are great. All right, so the next one we got here's Malvina. So
How do you pronounce that again?
Malvina. So a lot of people pronounce it Molnar.
Molinard.
Yeah,
Molinard.
that is the American way how to say it. But the French way how to say it is Malvina.
Wait, this isn't it? Because those guys are they're all purple bottles. This isn't Molinard.
I do it different.
Like the what's the one that you had on my podcast? The replicas. You had the
Yeah.
original replica.
Untitled.
And Mason.
Mason Margiela. Yeah. Mason Martin Margiela. Untitled.
So I don't even need to explain. Like this guy has some stuff that
Yeah.
we're not really used to.
So this one, Habanita. So people.
Goes back up to the house a little bit more.
So the house.
Sorry.
Okay, so the house. They've been around again. Another old house like them. Bordeaux, Guerlain. These guys have been around for
150
years plus. These guys, right? They were first around in 1849. So they're about, I believe.
That was before they had internet.
But with them, they are about, I think, 10 or 15 years shy of when Guerlain first started. So they've been around for a long time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, a long time, right? 1849 when they first created their stuff, and then from there they just started doing a lot of florals, like a lot of violets and roses and so forth. So they're well known for their floral kind of stuff.
So is majority of their bottles the purple? Is that their
No, that's
staple?
more of a
Oh, that's
that's kind of like more of a reinvented newer line.
Oh.
So those purple bottle ones, they had the OG vintage ones of those, which were they're just redone.
rebottled. Okay.
Yeah, rebottled, redone.
Not
Slight-
redone as in the scent, just the bottle.
Most of them are redone in
Oh,
scent
okay,
too.
okay,
Most of
okay.
them are redone in scents also
Okay.
too. A little bit more forward pleasing for the market, I guess, if you want to say, because a lot of the OG bottles was a little more powerhouse of a going toward that very niche side.
But not like this.
This bottle.
This is crazy. I don't know
Yeah.
if people can tell. It's all engraved. Like it's not
Yeah.
stickers or anything.
No. It's there. It's in a bottle. It's a gorgeous bottle. Gorgeous presentation.
It's like a sculpture,
Yeah.
even in the back.
So they're very well known for their scent. So they actually did bottles from Lalique, right?
You can leak my balls.
Yo, stop. That's a good one. I haven't heard that one.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, this is.
It's pleasant. It's
It's
okay.
very. So this one, it has a long note breakdown. We're gonna get into that after. Give you my impression what this one is. When I smell this, and you close your eyes, you just lay back and envision. I feel this is that 1900s, early 1900s. It's a woman that is sitting down. She just showered, sat down, getting her hair done, maybe in a powder room or something, putting on her powder, fixing up her hair.
Oh, the mimosa.
Yeah, right. You get in that vibe. It's a very. This is the vibe of a fragrance. There's fragrances where you smell good, There's fragrances that transport you to places. This one is a vibe. This one you can imagine it's an old royal house with like 20 rooms in the house.
That girl who took the shower in the house, that's me right now.
Yeah, it is. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous scent. Powdery.
When did this one come up?
This one,
Is it
so this
older?
one for this one specifically in this form factor came out in 2013 or 15.
Oh, so it's not okay.
It's because this is Eau de Parfum, there's Eau de Toilette.
So it's kind of not new, but like it's one of the later ones.
Later ones, but the original one came out a long time back in the
You
early
said this is
1900s.
parfum or EDP?
Yeah, EDP. So this one is an EDP version. There is an Eau de Toilette version, and then there's the vintage one, which came out in the early 1900s.
Okay.
Right.
So for the people who never smelled this or kind of wondering, let me just drop the notes real quick.
go ahead.
Top Mestic or pronouncing person?
It's Mestic. It's from.
No,
it's,
what's this? How do you say this?
Tenspy.
No, Len.
Oh, Lenstetique.
What's that?
It's the same as Mystique.
Mystique.
It's from a tree. It smells like raisins, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to have a picture. Geranium, petitgrain, and the mid notes are nutmeg, vetiver, heliotrope. You said yang yang?
Yeah, yang yang.
Yang yang, cedar, tafe rose?
Yeah, taff rose.
Saffrose, mimosa. That really stuck out for me.
Yeah, you get a sweetness. Yeah.
Jasmine, and the base is vanilla, amber, sandalwood, oak moss, musk, and patchouli.
Etc. Etc.
Man, there's so many. So you don't think this is all? This is part of it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think there's way more like.
What is this, zoologist?
It honestly, it's especially when it comes. It's funny you say that because when it comes to the vintage fragrance, like I said, this was originally a vintage
Yeah,
frag.
that's why I asked why you're coming in.
The vintage frags were known to have like 20 plus freaking notes.
Oh yeah.
It is, and I feel this one has a lot more going on. I think that there's definitely some animalic, like some civet or like certain things like that that's inside of this.
Well, the musk is in there, right?
Yeah, but I think there's musk and civet on top of that shit. I think there's more going on. That's why
It's very complicated.
it's a complicated scent.
It's my favorite out of all of them.
It's a beautiful scent. It's a beautiful, beautiful scent, and honestly, this one has no problem standing up to Canadian winter. You put this on in a cold, talking about like minus 10, 15 degree weather, you're not having a problem with this. People are smelling it.
I see a lot of woody notes in there, but I don't. It's not as woody as.
No,
Is it? No,
it's not
right?
as
Yeah.
woody.
No.
I definitely get a lot more, a little bit of sweetness, animalic, and powdery notes.
Okay.
Personally, off of me, that's what shines through my skin. At least my skin projects floral notes a lot. On my skin and this, you're honestly smelling me for days. Right, so that's personally what I get off it on me. Someone else might get woody notes.
This is a subject I talk with Asquith,
Yeah.
and I'm not too comfortable to touch on,
Yeah.
just because how the world is these days. But when I talk to Asquith and Brian and you,
Yeah.
and Arson is going to be the next one on my podcast. So weirdly enough, my podcast is 50% all my brothers, and So, anyways, yeah, we're just talking about probably brown guys too, Indians and whatnot.
Yeah.
For you African Americans, I'm already getting so on your skin, and I've heard it's tend to not last too long, but project much more. And you guys, the darker the skin, it eats up the juice.
Yeah.
Is it right? Is it correct, or is it kind of?
It is for the most part.
Fuck it, I'm cutting this part out.
No, you're keeping this shit in. We're gonna talk about this. All right, 2020. We can talk about shit.
Are you gonna talk about some Asian shit after this? Why can't Asian people drive? We'll talk about
that
that
you cut
after.
off. Listen, so he is right. Most things, especially the fresher kind of scents, more lighter, sparkly kind of vibes, they do soak up our skin a little bit more. And it's not even just per se it's all just darker skin. It becomes also with moisturizing too. People, it could be an Asian guy, it could be a white guy, it doesn't matter who it is. Some people just, if they don't moisturize
And have
properly,
drier skin.
that's where
that'll
it's
suck
just trying to soak it in, trying to get some moisture from
Because it's
something.
dry.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? But with us, naturally darker skin,
Tends
most
to
things,
be a little bit dry.
yeah, so that's why Joe Malone, for example, does not work for us. It doesn't work for us. The black bottle, intense bottles for Joe Malone's are okay, but for the most part, they're eau de colognes, with like 2 to 3%.
sorry to go
perfume,
away
right?
from the fragrance subject, but like just touching on that again. Bill Burr, one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah.
And he's Caucasian, right? And he talks about like before he had a black girlfriend, he didn't know what lotion was. He's
Yeah.
like, we don't put on lotion, and where you guys always moisturize with your coconut butter and whatnot. And then he has a really good skit on that as well. So
Yeah, he's a
it is what it is. But sometimes these days, it's just like if you talk about a difference, like, what are you saying about black people?
I know, it's not everything got to be censored and like it's just.
I'm just saying their skin is different, but it's like it's.
Yeah,
and this is all the black people telling me. So I'm just. Anyways.
It's too censored. It's too PG nowadays.
Nowadays it's a little harder. I get like the world is trying to be better and all that, but sometimes it's just almost like there's not even freedom of speech and some things. We don't want to get into it. People know what we're talking about. It's a little different these days. I always joke about when my father grew up, and he's from Korea, from the streets. He fight it out. And when he got older, he probably went to the drunk tank or went to the police, saying like getting arrested, going like, what? When I grew up, it was okay to like, get in an argument,
knock someone out,
somebody down. It's okay. Now people are getting old, going like, hey man, when I grew up, it's okay to say a bad word to somebody and just curse them out once in a while. Oh, I'm going to jail for this. I'm getting in trouble for this. So things have changed.
Yeah,
Anyways,
changed.
this is not what we're here to talk about.
No, but it's part of life. This
yeah.
is part of our life. Same thing as whatever we're reflecting or we're part of our society or environment. It's all part of our life, right? Everything ties together.
Yeah, it's different. It's just it's not as saying it's worse now. It's smart now. You guys have a god called Google that you can ask any question. We can do that. I remember I'm older than most of the generation, but I remember when we used to meet a friend. Let's meet here, and you go to that place, and if they're not there, you're like, should I wait 5 more minutes more? Or is he gonna be here in 5 minutes?
Exactly.
Should I run home and call him from the landline? But if I go to run and call him, is he gonna come here?
Yeah.
And it was a whole fucking shit show.
Yeah.
Now you text, and
Yeah,
things are different.
It's different, and I get it.
We're so being like an old timer. We're exactly saying things were different back
in our days.
Things were not like this back then. The world is ruined now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All right,
Crazy.
here I got something that's not out yet. Thank you, Victor Wong, and you know him well. And I know you actually smelled this when we had a meeting and when you were with Victor Wong and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I just want your opinion on this one more time. And I don't have the note breakdowns here, but after you spray it, I'll point out 2 notes that are interesting. If I can get this out of this thing, that's stuck.
I'll just watch it. Unreleased zoologist, guys.
Snowy Owl.
The zoologist official test strips.
I already did my first official review where somebody who doesn't know anything about it actually does a pretty good job acting like he knows a little bit about it. I just noticed there's all these owl statues behind us right now.
That's perfect. Too,
I'm gonna have to take a picture and it's gonna flash really
Yeah.
quick. Yo, are those from the Owl movie? Never mind. There's the guy who did the Zack Snyder did an Owl movie. I swear that's from that Owl movie.
Like
the Guardians. The Guardians.
No, it's not. It's
No,
not.
okay.
But it looks like it, right?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I said the same thing.
Something Guardians. This is
Yeah.
it's like 300, but in a cartoon animation.
Yeah, that's Kay's world. She loves owls. Literally, I proposed to her with an owl, like a live owl. I'll show you that video next time. It's pretty freaking crazy.
Oh, I don't have Snowy Owl. So.
It's honestly, this is perfect now. 'Cause you're at my home, snowy owls here. There's owls in the background chilling, staring at us. It's a perfect vibe right now.
All right, I got your message. I'll do something about that.
So yeah, this one, like I said, like you said, I've smelled this a few months ago, which we're very fortunate to smell. Thank you, Victor, once again. And it's exactly the same as I remember. I absolutely love this one. There's a few that you made us smell.
That's what I wanted to add to is, as amazing as this is, it didn't catch my attention when I first ever smelled it.
Yeah.
But I think that was when Victor had like a few other future upcoming projects. So I was going through like 3-4 at the same time. But if he like brought it one after one, saying, "Hey, this is my next one," I would have paid more attention to it.
Yeah.
But there was so many, like the cardinal, the cow, and it was just going the seahorse and going through so much so fast. Even though it was my second time that time too, it just somehow went under the radar.
This one caught my attention. Out of the, I think there was like 6 of them or so that he brought that's on release, future releases. One of them you already saw, which was Must Dare, that came out last month. This one is another future release coming out soon. But out of the 6, there was this one, Must Dare, and I'm not sure if we can talk about the other one yet.
I'll ask him. You can talk about. I'll cut it off if he doesn't want us to. But he's talked about it too. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
The other one was Chipmunk.
Oh, okay. So for me,
Yeah.
go back onto that subject. Just to point out, for me, the one that intrigues me the most out of all of these is Seahorse for me.
Oh yeah, Seahorse. Yeah,
Oh,
Seahorse. I see.
man.
Seahorse too. Yeah, Seahorse. It's a really cool aquatic kind of scent. Really cool aquatic scent.
It's gonna be a squid number 2, but like
Yeah.
even a better 2.0. Like
Yeah.
it was so good.
Yeah, really aquatic scent. But yeah, those are future talk about. But just to show you, like he has some great releases coming out. Snowy Owl. When I first smelled this, it literally brought a smile to my face. A couple of them did. That's coming out in the future. But this one brought a smile to my face, and the reason why this did is because it literally reminded me when I took my trip to Alaska. When I took my
what
trip,
it's supposed to do too. Yeah.
and when I smelled it, I was like, this is freaking Alaska. Like this is icy cold. When I see it, I think of obviously icy, but like icy blue, like color like an icy blue or white. When I first smelled this, like that's what I personally see for color wise. I see in colors. It's very weird. I see in colors for certain fragrances.
Oh, no,
I
it's-
see in colors. Right?
No, it's sometimes it's it is what it is. What I was gonna say? The actual 2 notes in there is icy accords, and what's something ice something notes, but it's actually ice.
It's
notes in there.
Snowdrop.
Oh, Snowdrop. Yep.
Snowdrop. And touch on that, actually, Snowdrop. There's one from, just in case you guys are wondering, because those are kind of the 2 standout notes, if you want to say, at least for the icy aspect of the fragrance. It doesn't smell like, it's called Snowdrop and something. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's from Joe Malone. Joe Malone came out with one called Snowdrop,
Oh, yeah?
whatever, like
Oh, okay.
a year or 2 ago.
Okay.
It was a special release. Beautiful scent. It doesn't smell like this, guys. If you're wondering, you might be thinking, oh, Snowdrop. It's probably going to smell like the Joe Malone kind of thing. It doesn't. This one has a lot more going on. It has mint. It has woody notes.
The coconut scent.
Yeah,
for me.
coconut. There's some florals. It's a beautiful scent. Like I said, it reminded me so much of Alaska that I just wanted to dive back into this, and I'm so glad I got to smell this again. So glad.
What do you like better, this or the Must Dare?
Personally, I feel that I love both, but I'm more.
This is such a difficult question. Look at how much a hard time he's having.
It really is, because Must Dare, when I first smelled Must Dare too, that was another one that made me smile. This, Snowy Owl, Must Dare, and Chipmunk made me like really smile.
Okay, you haven't answered the question yet.
I'm getting to it. I feel I'm more connected with Snowy Owl just because
On a personal level.
on a personal level.
Oh, those
'cause it just-
owls over there, that big ass Alaska
Oh man,
picture
screw
over there.
K's owls. I'm just talking
Do I have
about
to cut this part off, or
No, yo.
I'm not gonna see you ever again?
She'll laugh at this part
Okay.
too. But it's just the fact that it just it transported me.
And we'll laugh at your black eye.
Yeah, right? I'll be like knocked on the couch. But this just reminded me and transported me. And like I said, for fragrances, for me, when they can do something that
Especially
really,
transport you to different place or different time in your
different
life.
time periods, it really connects with me. And I feel that is what the artistic vibe of it is. As zoologists, we know that they're artistic, right? A lot of the fragrances are artistic, and I feel this one is done very well to what he's trying to portray and trying to tell you. It is it. Must Dare does the same thing, but this one it's like Snowy Owl. You're like, Snowy Owl, it gotta be what it says. And it freaking
And
is
the
what it
snow and
says.
whatnot.
It is. It totally is. So this one, I think.
I agree with what you're saying. Is it represents the animal and the environment a little bit better. When it comes to that, I think moth is one of the best things. Like
Yep.
whether it's I like the smell, all that aside, I do too. But it just when it comes to representing the environment and the animal, I think moth is one of the best. So in that regards, Snowy Owl is a little bit more. But just when it comes to just something that's pleasing and good to your nose, personally, I'm going with Must Dare. And you gotta sometimes I study a little psychology, and I always know like something that's came out more recent has a little more hype than it tends to whatever. But at the end of the day, I thought about it a lot. I think Must Dare is still my favorite out of the newer ones.
Okay.
But since I had this, a couple of friends came over and whatnot, and more than the majority of my friends are leaning to this over the Must Dare, and I've asked a lot of people. What do you think about the projection? And I guess you can't really talk about the longevity yet.
Well, actually, if I remember correctly, I did spray this on skin.
Okay.
Actually, when we met with
You
him,
can try it now if you want to.
when we met with him, we did put it on skin.
How come you took it out in 2 seconds? It took me 3 minutes.
Oh, because Victor showed me the secrets how to do this shit. But see, now I gotta find it. There it is. So with this one, I remember this one. I sprayed on in the afternoon. It lasted until I got home in the evening time, very easily. It didn't project too far.
That's why I wanted to confirm with you, because
Yeah.
I kind of, I mean, like, I'm not saying it doesn't, but you know, compared to it doesn't project.
No,
heavy or
it's not
anything.
gonna leave like a big, huge cloud. Like
No.
it's not gonna leave how elephant and camel and T-Rex and all those kind of want to do and bee. It's not gonna leave that kind of cloud. It's not meant to. Not every fragrance, guys, is meant to just freaking kill everybody's
It's more
nose.
subtle, yeah.
Yeah. So this one is more subtle, and that's what I appreciate about it too, because a snowy owl is not something that an owl is not something that's gonna be in your face and project, right?
Yeah.
The animal is not like that, right? So it doesn't make sense to have a fragrance called snowy owl and it's just freaking clawing your face.
You never like go around like. I think I smell a cow. Or, I mean,
Yeah.
you say cow, but you never say like I smell an owl around here. There must be an owl around
Yeah,
here.
you don't do that, right? So this one, I feel it's a nice enough projection where it's in your bubble.
Okay, next question. Straight middle unisex, a little bit to masculine, a little bit of feminine. Where would you? That's another question people ask me a lot that I don't have a certain exact answer.
Now, this one does have snowy lady on the front, but personally, it's unisex. I feel it's unisex.
Right in the middle, or
I think it's right in the middle.
my answer was, I think you saw my review, but mine was a little bit leaning to the feminine side, and I mentioned too. Thanks for copying my idea. I know you saw my review.
You know, I do my homework. Well, I feel this is unisex, just because of the notes. I don't know if you could smell it, but on my skin compared to paper, it's totally different, right? Exactly. I told you, my skin projects. My skin just brings out florals and different green notes and so forth on my skin like no other.
Again,
It is super different on
I
my
might
skin.
not be like knowing what I'm talking about, but maybe my skin doesn't have that much of a difference, that much of a drastic
It's
difference
pretty
than
different,
you,
right?
man.
Then that's why I say personally for me, because everybody's gonna think differently. You're gonna probably think.
And
more
again, it
leaning
might
towards
have to
women.
do what we talked about a little bit earlier, and I really
Exactly.
think it does. Now to think about it, like
Exactly.
maybe the darker the skin is, it's like it.
Exactly, and that's why I feel
It's not even the
it's
same.
nuts. It's totally different scent, eh? Like you smell the ice and the green on this. on my
And
skin.
it's like you sprayed more shit on there. It's almost like woody and
Yeah.
more darkness in there.
Yeah. So that's with me. That's why I
And
feel
you
this
haven't
is-
sprayed anything.
No, I haven't sprayed literally
we were
anything
just
on my
doing this.
head.
Yeah, we didn't spray
Nothing,
anything
I
on
haven't
my
sprayed
head.
anything on. And this is why I feel this is leans more unisex. At least to some people's going to. Some is gonna lean feminine, right? But that's
Maybe
it.
on your skin, it's not as feminine.
Yeah.
Alright.
So that's it for me for Snowy Owl. I love it. I can't wait for it to come out. It's gonna be a banger, guys. You can definitely wear this. I feel you can wear this all year round. It's an all year round thing.
You've seen my question, right?
Yeah, and that's what I'm
Yeah,
following
okay,
up.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just catapulting off his review.
No, but I'm, like what I'm saying is like, the aquatic and those ones, we don't wear it. You know what I mean? We don't say, oh, it's cool. So we're like, but this one, it's like obviously it has, represents snow and blah blah blah. So it might be, it's nice to wear it in the cold, but at the same time, it's like, wait, it's supposed to be cool and cold, and we usually wear those in the summer, right? All
Yeah.
the cool ones, like all
All the
the.
fresh
Yeah.
ones and the mint ones and so forth, which this has. But I think this is an all year round fragrance, so I think a lot of people are gonna be very pleased, especially customers that are just coming to zoologists, or maybe if they've tested out a few, maybe
Some
more
are
on
difficult.
ones.
Some are challenging.
They're
Some
gonna
are-
love this one because it is
Less
very
challenging.
pleasing, less challenging, and it's something you can wear all year round. You
But
don't
I
have to-
think compared to the mustards, a little challenging compared to mustards. If they're a little less challenging ones, but it's not as just for me. It's not just like here you
the
go.
ball to wall.
Something,
like-
yeah. It's
yeah.
just something you'll like no matter what.
Yeah.
But I think this has a little bit more challenging. I said it in my review. There's something a little dirty in there. In mustard, I almost find nothing. Everything's clean and nice and soapy and powdery. Where this one is a little bit has a little bit more challenging.
Yeah.
All right, last part. Let me just double check the camera. Good. So,
Tea and yoga, guys. Tea and yoga. All right.
okay, so our my last podcast with him when he came over, Adrian did this horrible thing where he didn't even tell me about it, and he made his own section up where he brought this box and like pretty much backstabbed me. So, revenge is a bitch.
Which I told this guy I'm not in it for that.
So, and I said, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you're in it for.
I just want to give you something because I appreciate you. I know
You
I
know me.
I know you wanted it. I know you've been having your eye on it. That was just me. I'm a giving kind of person. It's a Pisces thing, man.
And you know
It's a
me.
Pisces
You
thing.
think you're gonna give me something and get away scot-free?
I was trying to.
You really you thought wrong, my friend.
Oh.
You thought wrong, my friend. So
I'm not gonna enjoy these.
so when we did it, you gave me the whole thing and I got to see the whole thing at once,
Yeah.
and I got to take it out and do mine differently.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Woo, smells nice in here.
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna
see?
start with the.
You got me on edge right now.
I'm gonna start with the main one. This isn't for you. This
Okay.
is for a lady that I have a special crush on.
Okay.
You can give it to her.
Who's that?
It's a you don't have to, we don't have to mention her name. It's
Okay.
a beautiful lady that I have a crush on. She's married and everything, but
That's cool. Married women are cool.
Metaliku. I don't say metalik. I say metaliku.
Metalico.
Metaliku.
Do a little spin on it. Oh,
Uh,
Tom Ford.
Yeah, this girl that I have a crush on, she only collects Tom Ford, and
Okay.
she doesn't collect anything else. So I got her Tom Ford. So we're gonna start with the mega bond.
Thank you.
Okay, so
She's gonna love this. You know that she's been having her eye on this.
better tag of that. All right. So next one is a kind of a Korean thing. Let's do the Korean thing. There's
A
three
Korean thing.
Korean things.
Okay.
Korean thing number one.
Oh, what's this?
Kokalkon.
Kokalkon?
Caramel almond. They don't say caramel almond in English, but it's you guys have these.
Oh, it's like, Oh my
corn
god.
ring. We can't think of any words today.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys have it.
The
Yeah.
chip Frito? No, not Fritos.
the corn ones.
Bugles.
Yeah.
Bugles.
No, it is actually the same exact brand. It's the same brand.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the same brand. It's just it says it in Korean. Trust
So
me.
what's it called?
We say kokalkon, and kokal means a corn.
Oh, corn.
Yeah,
Okay.
and kokal corn. Corn
Yeah.
actually means corn, like the.
Yeah, like
the-
actual. Yeah. Oh, that's super dope. I can't wait to try these.
Yeah, you gotta wait for K though.
For real? I'm about to pop these open right now.
All right, next Korean. I don't know. He has a beard, and even when mine grows a little bit, it's hard to do it for me. But this is for you and Kay. These are pearl powder face mask, high collagen essence mask. In Korean, it says ginger powder high collagen essence mask. Literally, pearl powder, collagen, essence, mask.
Mask.
No,
So
let me-
is it supposed to be? Do you know if it's green or is it like just a white kind of powder mask? It's right. It's like that. Okay.
No, it's actual mask, and
Okay.
it's got pearl powder.
It's supposed to be good for your skin then.
Oh yeah.
You know we love facials and stuff like that.
No, it's really good. Everything from Korea is really good. That part I'm gonna beep.
Well, they take care of themselves, right? They take care of your skin. You got one skin, guys.
All right.
One body.
All right. One love. All right. This one is like kind of the main Korean one. Ready? Okay. I'm gonna quote him. Look at his face. Look at his face.
You're doing that, eh? The heck is this? So this is what? Sorry, say it again.
This is Korean Air. It's from Korea. You ride the plane.
Did you just come back?
My mom and dad came back. Actually back in.
Oh snap!
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This is from over there.
Well, you know, it's from the flight, first class. They were first class for the first time in their life. But let them know what's
got the face cream, Atelier face cream.
What is it though? Cedar. doesn't say that.
It doesn't say.
It'll say on the lotions. They're all the same kind.
Oh, on the lotions. Okay, on the lotions, yeah. On the lotions, it says so. Citrat and Brett.
Okay, they're all the same kind. Cedar and red.
Yeah.
So you got a lotion.
Lotion.
Lip balm.
Aftershave. Hand cream. So I'm set for Atelier and body lotion. And I'm set for Atelier. I love it. I love Atelier scents. They do great citrus fragrances.
All right. Okay, we only got a few more left here. Kariana air. Should I bring Jeffrey down here next time?
You got it next time.
All right. So in one of my podcasts, you'll see with me and Georgie, and he says in the podcast he just came back from helping his friends paint their new store or whatever. And they're opening this handmade personal soap store. So after doing the podcast, George dropped me off a couple, and these are like they're all men.
Super
They're
dope.
handmade. Well, you gave me that handmade candle, right? So
Yeah.
this, like I'm trying to match everything you gave me, like for
Super. Oh, I
yeah.
want to smell this. I'm a
This
soap fanatic.
This one is really nice.
Dude, if I showed you guys my freaking Jordan
No,
cabinets
I've seen
of
one else here.
soaps,
I've
it's
seen here.
stupid. Oh. Yeah, that smells good. That's like peppermint.
Oh yeah. And the cinnamon? Cinnamon? I don't know.
Let me see.
I would,
It does smell like something
that's
I eat.
very
Oh, that's so refreshing. That's
So-
so deceiving though, like the color.
yeah.
To the scent?
About the color. Quick story. So George just gave me about 5, 6, whatever of these. I wanted to keep one, but I'm like, you know what? I really don't. I use unscented stuff. So when I spray my stuff, it doesn't get mixed.
Yeah.
So anyways, I had a few, and I was just like, I'm gonna give this to this guy. I'm gonna give it to this guy, and I was gonna give this to Adrian.
Yeah.
And the last one was left was a charcoal one.
Oh.
And
Charcoal is
yeah,
good.
yeah, it's really good, but and it's, obviously it's black and dark. And the last person left was Asquith. So when I had everything ready and I gave it to him and he opened the package and he saw it's black,
This one was cold.
we just literally had tears in our eyes. We were on the floor, we were just laughing, and I was just like, no man, Adrian got one too.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It just happened to be like that. I didn't even notice. When I gave it to him, I didn't even notice. After he opened it and looked at me and laughed, that's when I was just like, oh my fucking god. And I joke about that all the time.
That's
with him,
freaking awesome.
as much as shy on camera and him. Anyways,
Awesome. I
uh,
cannot wait to bathe with this.
one of the things you really surprised me with is because I knew you were gonna give me cologne and I didn't know about candles, but I know you're all like you work in retail and you got all those hookups and stuff. But when you get that cabbie,
Yeah,
Cabbie.
Cabbie.
the Canadian whiskey,
Coffee whiskey.
I don't even drink coffee. I like the taste of coffee, but I don't drink it. But that really was something else. Asquith,
Yeah.
keep on talking. This is the Asquith show.
Yeah.
He came over and had some.
Shout out.
He came over and he had a little bit.
Yeah.
He's like,
You
I'm
love
talking.
it?
Oh no, I'm talking the next day and blah blah blah. And he's like, next day come over. I'm like, you want the cabbie again? I'm like, no, I'll try something else. Like, oh, you don't want it? I'm like, no. I went and bought a bottle, so I want to get something. So he got a bottle right away, right?
No, the cabbie is a beautiful scent, man. It's a scent. It's a beautiful scent too, actually. But the taste of it is awesome. Awesome. Yo, man, give me that heading. Crack this shit open. Put on some Tupac and shit right now. Yo.
Again, not trying to be stereotypical with the race and everything.
Political
But
correct.
if you know this guy, people know I love hip hop and rap, but the 90s rap that he listens to, this Henny and everything, and by the time that this is out, it's gonna be out. But if you haven't watched the Jeffrey and J-Dog Black Phantom episode, this is featured in it heavily, and J-Dog and this bottle, let's just say it makes love and they get along really well.
Yeah, Henny is where it's at, man.
All right, last one.
Last one? What the hell you mean last one?
Well, you remember your last one, your crypto?
Yo, there's no more, man. This is good.
The last one. Watch his face. Watch his face.
Okay. You have to get it back for the A, man. Thank you.
You have the B-Man, right? Yep.
I got a B-Man and the Crypto Mint. I'm not sure if there's any. I think there's probably one more, someone that I have. This one I've been meaning to get back in my collection because I done this bottle off, and same with the other ones. The pure Tonka, the tobacco. I killed off all those bottles. I appreciate
The
this.
leather's really good too.
I appreciate
Oh
this.
yeah.
I appreciate
Is
this.
this no.
No, this one's
Still
will
out,
forever
okay.
be around.
Okay. It's the main. The flankers are.
This
the
is
ones
their
that-
this is their
okay.
this is the father.
Yeah.
Everything else is like the child that
This their.
he had from every other mother.
It was their flagship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one, beautiful, dirty patchouli, chocolate, like it's a really cool vibe, man.
I was hoping you would joke. You'd be like, "Oh, it's a new one. It's not even open." You get what I'm saying? And I was gonna say the same thing. My guy, yo, mine's right here. Should have bought my own. My guy.
I'm loving this. I love Mugler. I can't wait to be smelling this shit again. Cause it's even though I know it obviously, but it's been a while since I've worn it. Like I've ran on my bottle at least probably 4 years now. At least I ran on my bottle. I just never got a chance to get it back. Cause
Why is your voice changing and shit? You okay?
I'm excited.
No, man, no. And even when I knew about this line, it was until this guy in Crypto Mint and things that I really started. Like, I have about like 5-6 bottles now,
I
but
think you got more than that now, though.
we'll just keep it at whatever. And then, so no, seriously, you got me into it because I've tried even this one and. I don't know why. Just because I'm trying so many things, it is right. Some people say I have a problem with it. I'm doing too many things at once, and it just didn't get on my radar. And as soon as the Crypto Mint, and I was like, you know what? Let's go back and check the other ones out.
Yeah.
And then I really noticed that most of the flankers, and you pointed this out to me, the dry down is very similar to the original one.
Yeah,
So
it has the same DNA as this one.
yeah, the dry down.
It has that patchouli, dirty kind of vibe, chocolatey kind of vibe, but it does have their own take on it up the top and the mid with the other flankers. Yeah, so this is the classic. Been around since the 90s. Everybody probably was dousing himself back then in this. So yeah.
One of the I wouldn't say better, but for me, very interesting designers. It's designer for sure, right?
Yeah,
it's for designer for sure.
it definitely is. And when it came out, this was super interesting because nobody really smelled a combination. The combination of the notes are in this, it was really never kind of done, right?
And they just have their style where everything's like gourmand and like it's not only, but like they even have that. Like even for their wood, they stick to the gourmand whatever. And for me, when I really didn't know anything about fragrances and I was just watching YouTube videos, their presentation is a little different.
Yeah.
And at first, I almost thought it was a little tacky, not being glass or metal.
Yeah, it's
but
plastic rubber.
the more I think it, first of all I like it because it's different. And the second thing I really appreciate is that I don't have to worry about too much about dropping it or breaking it. I mean, it picks up fingerprints like a motherfucker.
Definitely. Especially the black
Oh
bottles.
man,
Especially any of the black bottles, they definitely
they do. But the fact that these days where everything's oversaturated, when something works and everybody copies it, being different is always you always get a plus in my book for being different.
They're awesome. And again, they're even like you were speaking on their the bottle design. They have ones that are metal casing and like this one actually has one that's a metal flask. Like it's a metallic flask.
Of the
yeah,
Amen.
like this original one. It's metallic silver like this flask. And it comes in and you can swap it out and take it and put it in a rubber container. So you can swap it out. So it's pretty cool. They have different ones. They even have.
Wait a minute. Wait for another moment for. I knew that.
He was about to say that. I took it from him. That line.
I knew that.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. They have a lot of different stuff. The other Mugler cologne has like a Las Vegas edition,
Okay.
which is like dice all over the bottle. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's it for this one. I'll leave after this soon, so you'll have your personal time with this.
Yeah.
Thanks. I just want to add before we go. Next time, let's talk about a little bit more Guerlain. Pronounce Guerlain. Guerlain.
It's in the throat. There you go.
And talk about some of your Shalimars.
Yeah.
Some Samsaras and do you have Jicky?
I don't have it. I did previously, but I don't have it. I'm trying. So for my Guerlain, especially those kind of ones, I want to. I've gone through them or I've sold them, but I want to get the vintage ones.
Okay.
So that's why I don't have most of those old ones in my collection right now.
Yeah.
Because I want the vintage ones.
Well, we can talk to shout out to Leela or Sabrina or Maxine, and they could probably hook us up or we can ask them about that.
Yeah.
Wish I could just transport and just do a podcast with them and come back and da-da-da, da-da-da. It wouldn't even help with COVID. But anyways, let's end this one here. Thank you, buddy. Again,
Always a pleasure.
we're gonna
Always a
see
pleasure.
you a lot, and obviously we're good
You
friends.
don't have a choice. I'm
and-
part stock in this. Remember I told you this.
All right, guys, have a good one. What is it? This will be coming on New Year's. Happy New Year's. Great 2021. Obviously gonna be way better than 2020. I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah.
See ya.
Happy New Year's, guys. JBL out.